What's up, everybody? I'm Salvador Santana, and you're watching The Red Booth Show.
Hi, welcome to The Red Booth Show. I'm your host, Kimberly Q. On tonight's episode, I have musician Salvador Santana, and he is here to talk about his new album coming out, The Remixicans, and also a project he's working on called Latinx, plus a lot more. So come and join us. All right, so hey Salvador, how's it going?
Good, how are you?
I'm great. I'm so happy to have you on the show.
Yeah, cool. Thank you for having me. Appreciate it.
Yeah, this is really exciting because I know that you're working on a lot of new things.
Yes, I'm just trying to stay busy. This day and age, you kind of have to. Just working on a lot of different projects, but having a lot of fun doing it and looking forward to sharing a lot of material with y'all very soon.
Cool. Now I know you have some music coming out, and would you like to tell us a bit about that?
Yeah, sure. So I recently had the opportunity to build a home studio at my house, and I'm super grateful and blessed that finally happened. And now I'm able to. I've been working and producing
with the whole soundproofing and everything, the whole setup.
Got it all taken care of and stayed within budget, which made me happy.
Wow.
Which is not easy to do, and like I said, it now enables me to link up with a lot of different artists. I've been composing original music and remixes for them. Some maybe you might have heard of Devin Werkheiser, along with Soup from J5.
Cool.
Yeah, that was pretty dope. He's a character, man. Just had a blast working with those cats and just learning. Also had the opportunity now to write and compose for music and television, film and television, excuse me.
That's where the money's at, I hear.
Oh yeah, absolutely. That's where that consistent work is at. I recently scored 2 movies, a short one, about 10 minutes, and a full-length one, about an hour or so.
Nice.
Yeah, I definitely had to have a lot of patience with myself, but had a lot of fun in the creative process, and like you said, there's a lot of consistent work there, so I'm looking forward to just diversifying my portfolio, as they say.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Well, so you've kind of been a behind-the-scenes guy, because if you're doing composing and you're doing writing and you're doing working with other people,
yeah,
then they don't necessarily see you out there in the forefront as a musician. But I do know that you do have some of your own work as an artist as well, right?
Yeah. I've also I've been working with a group of musicians, my band as well, a variety of different musicians here around Los Angeles and just everywhere. I'm not saying that I'm like...
What's your band called?
Right now it's called Salvador Santana, just promoting my name, because cool. But it's really more than just the name. It's building on a particular sound that I'm creating. It's got a lot of things that are familiar in terms of all the genres of music that we all love and are here forever, that we just love. But at the same time, I'm trying to dive in onto something new and really hone in on stuff that's been maybe touched on, but hasn't really. We've only scratched the surface, kind of vibes. So yeah.
What kind of style? Is it rap, and is it similar to your father's style in terms of the Latin music background?
Yes to all of that.
Yes? Okay. All right. That sounds exciting.
Yeah. And, also have the opportunity to work with cats like Asdru Sierra, the lead singer from Osa Motley. We've been homies since day one, and we've always been talking about working and collaborating on stuff together. And just within the last couple of years, we finally had the home studio allowed me to do that.
Nice.
So we've been working on some stuff together. Hopefully the album will be done very, very soon. We've been working on it, around the clock, trying to make sure that it's going to come out very soon. And
how do you pick what songs you're going to put on this album? That's tough, right?
It is super tough, man. Because Asdru and I, over the last maybe 2 years, we composed up to 50 songs.
Wow.
Yeah, and some of them were done. Some of them were just 2 seconds, just a ditty or what have you. But like you said, the challenge was then to consolidate it down. We just worked on the ones that we felt naturally resonated with us. And if they naturally resonated with us, I felt like they would naturally resonate with the listeners and the people that we want to share our music with, which is everybody. And the biggest challenge, though, was coming up with a cool name. And we were sitting there for maybe a good couple of hours just sitting there. What about this? And
like the names of the songs, or
the name of our project. The songs they just kind of name themselves, you know.
Yeah.
But we were just sitting there. Finally, I was just like, man, what about something to do with like remix or, you know, mixing something? Because like that's what we do. We take like other people's genres and stuff. We kind of mix it and make it our own. He's like, well, we're Mexican, you know, we're Chicano, Holmes. What about the Remexicans? And I'm like, that's it right there. So that's what we're calling ourselves, the Remexicans. So y'all stay tuned and look out for that.
That's
Should be coming out
awesome.
soon. Yeah, no doubt.
So cool.
Yeah.
There's actually a huge like movement of Mexican and Latin rap music I've noticed in the Valley and all over in LA.
Yeah, absolutely.
There's like huge rising stars, and they've worked with like Dr. Dre and like a lot of other big rappers.
Yep.
So it's pretty exciting.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, not to say that I'm trying to jump on that movement, but I feel like I'm, you know, just
You're already part of that.
ethnically, I just feel like I'm kind of naturally qualified for it. So it just is one of those things where it's just kind of meant to be.
That is so awesome, Salvador.
Right on.
Thanks for sharing it. And everybody stay tuned for the album. We have to take a quick break, and we'll be right back with Salvador Santana. And welcome back to the Red Booth Show. We are here with Salvador Santana. How's it going?
Great. How are you?
I'm doing good. I'm so happy to have you here. And you're part of a legacy, I have to say this, you know?
A little bit.
Yeah. What is it like growing up with a father that's in the music industry that just the whole world kind of loves, you know? It's got to be pretty amazing.
Yeah, you know, I mean, just like everything to life, there's, you know, plus sides, positives, advantages, and, you know, there's also things that you just kind of have to deal with as well. But overall, very grateful for the life that I have and have had growing up, you know, with my family and the background. Just growing up in the Bay Area and in California, I think for me also really helped influence who I am. And now that I'm living in Los Angeles, you know, and I have family down here too, I just kind of claim all of California, you know. But just growing up in the Bay Area and just in California in general, like really helped shape me to be the person who I am, only because of how diverse those two particular locations are just in general, with music, arts, culture, cuisine, you know, just influence and everything. So
And the Raiders.
yeah, no doubt. Even though they're going to Vegas pretty soon,
That's
it's all
right.
good. It's all good, you know. But
They'll be closer. You could go check it out from Los Angeles.
that's kind of true. And well, I was gonna say I got family also out in Vegas too, so I can go out there too.
Oh,
and
nice.
Catch a few games or you know whatever. But again, just with everything, like I choose to always acknowledge both sides, but I choose to focus in more on the advantages, not to take advantage of anyone or a particular situation, but to understand that there are certain things that I could utilize for my life or for my business and whatever, for whatever I'm involved in, just for the better, for my career, for me as a person, you know. So yeah, overall it's been a trip, man, but I wouldn't change it for anything.
Do you ever get to go on tour with your dad? Like, yeah?
Oh yeah.
All over the world, or where have you been?
Oh man, where haven't I been? Yeah, absolutely. You know, especially as I got older, and you know, finished school and everything, and that time between college and just life, you know, in my 20s, just trying to figure out what I wanted to do. I formed my own band after college as well, but
That's cool.
I got to travel and also perform with my father.
On stage, were you playing the keyboard and stuff? Was that the main?
Yeah, I would play keyboard on stage with him.
Wow, that's so awesome.
Yeah, but when I was younger, actually drums was my first instrument. So I think that my father and my music teachers at the time wanted me to understand rhythm and tempo first before I delve into the world of tonality, pitches, harmonies, melodies, chords, things of that nature. My pops is old school, man, and the people that taught him are super, super old school. You can be the most amazing musician in the world, go to Juilliard and study with all these people, but if you can't, as a live musician, if you can't make a group of people get up and dance and just have a good time, then it doesn't matter. You're not doing your job, you know. So that was my roots, and that was my foundation. So as a drummer, I got to go up and grab different percussive, and my dad would be like, and here comes the children, bring the future generation out at somewhere during the performance, and me and a bunch of kids would come out on stage, and I grab a drum and I start banging on the drum, you know, in front, and people would go crazy. And
wow.
That was kind of my first taste of like, wow, I actually have
like bongo drums and like all sorts of
just
stuff?
Something. There was this one called the talking drum. It's an African instrument that you put in between your armpit and you kind of squeeze it, and the tones kind of get you know, higher or lower or what have you. And it's got this weird curvy kind of stick. I used to play that thing all the time, man. I loved it. And that was when I first noticed on stage that you can get a reaction out of people and you can kind of command, not control, but more or less command the audience and the crowd. And
that's amazing because, I mean, you just went straight to it with a huge audience like that.
Yeah, and most people would,
they would faint. They would pass out.
I was going to say something else, but yeah, let's just say that.
Yeah, I know what you were going to say.
And there were probably times that were like that, but like you and I were speaking a little bit off camera.
Yeah.
Sometimes if you get those nervousness feelings, those butterflies, that means that's what life is telling you. That's what you're supposed to be doing. If you get those nervous feelings, not like uneasy, but like
excited.
The butterflies, like I'm anxious, but I don't know, but I feel like it. That means you're on the right track, And once I tasted that on stage and just playing in music in general, whether it's inside the studio, behind the scenes where nobody can see me, or I'm on stage in front of a few people, a few hundred, a few thousand, it doesn't matter. I'm just really grateful and blessed to be in this position, and just I just want to invite people to have fun, along with me in in making music and listening to music and this thing called life. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's really cool.
So,
how long have you been performing?
My whole life, like I said, been on stage.
Since you were like 3, he was like, come on out, and you just came out.
You know what? I think, I can't remember the exact age I was, but there is a story of my dad being on stage. I'm in the backstage, and I'm just old enough to walk, and I get out of my mom's or whoever's babysitting me or whatever. I get out of their grips, and I run on stage, and my dad's just like, this is my son, and everyone just goes crazy, and he lifts me up. Not like Lion King, Simba, but he kind of lifts me up, and everyone just kind of, So that was a cool moment. But I've just been performing my whole life. Este es mi sangre, man. It's in my blood. That's just what I'm supposed to be doing. And like I said, it's bigger. It's bigger than me. I feel like there's a bigger energy that's using me as an instrument to be able to showcase and share what's really going on and what's really supposed to be happening in this world,
That's awesome.
Respect.
Okay, well, on that note, we have to take another quick break, but we'll be right back with Salvador Santana. And welcome back to the Red Booth Show. We are here with Salvador Santana. How's it going?
Good, thank you.
Good. This is so exciting because I got to hear some cool stories about you growing up in the music industry with your amazing dad, Carlos Santana. And now you also have your own legacy that you're leaving with composing, writing music, and your own album. And you've also been delving into some other areas, which I think we should talk about too, which you have the project called Latinx.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so first of all, Latinx is a term that is used to describe basically people or any subjects that are related, culturally to Latin heritage, Latino and Latina is still relevant, but we're in 2017, about to be in 2018, and just like computer software and technology, we got to update the way we think and our concepts and what have you, especially politically and culturally. And why I like Latinx so much is that it's all inclusive. It's not separating anyone or anything, especially with regards to the
male or female.
I was just going to say, let alone the LGBTQ community, especially in Spanish too, everything is gender classified, or it's very organized in a gender way, Latino, Latina.
Right. And like the names of things are either male or female.
Absolutely.
Even, right?
And I totally respect that as someone who is of Hispanic descent and culture. I totally honor and respect that. However, I'm also for just being all inclusive and including everybody. And that's why I really like Latinx, and also wanted to, that's kind of what propelled me to want to do this project. So my super, super awesome team and I got together and came up with this concept that we eventually called 30 Days of Latinx. And we called it that because we wanted to take Hispanic Heritage Month, which is between, I think, September 15th and October 15th. And we wanted to basically create a series of videos that highlight a variety of different people that are of the Latin community that have helped influence or contributed to amazing things in American history.
Cool.
Yeah, it was really cool. And some of the names were, let's see, Roberto Clemente, baseball player to reach 3,000 hits. First guy to do that, Richie Valens, who had a hit song, La Bamba, I think it was at the age of 17, on American airwaves, let alone. And then of course, Dolores Huerta, the name says it all, Si Se Puede, Oh, and if you get a chance, go and I know I'm going to sound like I'm promoting somebody else's thing, but I have to. Dolores Huerta, the documentary. If you get a chance, go check it out. It is amazing. It is unbelievable. Hands down, my favorite one of my favorite documentaries to ever come out, and probably the best film to come out this year, in my opinion. And I'm not just saying it just because I got family ties and because our family, I'm so grateful that we know her and, you know, all those things said, but just her story. Everybody needs to understand who she is because she is nothing short of incredible. The writers and everybody on the team, man, they just worked around the clock tirelessly. I can't say enough about everybody that contributed to make it happen. And
well, let's give everybody a little taste. I have a clip here that I'd like to show you guys of his Latinx.
How many times have you heard someone say, Latinos are always on welfare? This is a total myth. And it's a tough myth to dispel thanks to rhetoric and representation of Latinx in the media, like Maria the Nanny or Miguel the Gardener. But check it out. Let's look at some data. Hispanics actually have significant consumer buying power. A St. Louis Federal Reserve study finds if the economic trends of the past 2 decades hold up, Hispanics could see their wealth triple in the next 10-some years, owning anywhere between 2.5 trillion to 4.4 trillion in wealth. Furthermore, according to an economic study sponsored by RBC Capital Markets and the Latin Donor Collaborative, Latinos were responsible for 29% of real income growth in the United States from 2005 to 2015. Additionally, the study found the number of Latinx households with income over $150,000 grew 194%. Woo! Hello, 6 figures. So the next time you hear someone say, Latinos are poor, you might want to remind them the number of affluent Latinx households, which is growing much faster than for the overall population.
Wow, that's really, really cool.
Awesome.
I mean, I just have to say, this is going to sound really funny, but I have a lot of friends who are Hispanic, and I learned how to speak Spanish growing up.
Awesome.
I used to be a lot better at it now. I'm a little rusty, but like, I always find, to me personally, that a lot of people that are Hispanic or from Mexico or you know, South America are very spiritual, and it's more so like than the rest of us here. Like I don't know, it's something from the culture that's very spiritual.
We're spiritual, and we're also very communal.
Yeah.
You know, we just and very family first.
Yeah.
You know, family oriented. You know, we're very also traditional as well, you know, and of course being on the West Coast and just in California in general, like, you know, you just kind of have to speak a little bit of Spanish. You kind of have to learn to like some types of Mexican food.
I love Mexican food.
Yeah, you kind of.
So does like everybody
here. If you
here
live out here in
LA,
California, and if you're not feeling Mexican food, or if you're not speaking any type of Spanish, I don't know what to tell y'all.
Yeah,
you know,
you're missing out.
You're missing out, or this maybe not the place for y'all.
That's true.
So, but yeah, no, it's great.
Well, we have to take another quick break.
No problem.
We'll be right back with Salvador Santana. And welcome back to the Red Booth Show. I'm here with musician Salvador Santana.
What up?
So you are doing some stuff that's kind of political, and you're doing music.
Yep.
You're kind of going out there and representing the Latino community, Latinx, I should say, right?
Yeah.
Not Latino or Latina, but everybody.
All of it.
Yeah, and you have some projects coming up new that we should talk about.
Yeah, I got a few things coming up that are on deck. Like I was saying earlier, I got this project that I'm doing with Asdru Sierra, the lead singer from Moza Motley, and we're calling ourselves the Remixicans. Orale way. So we're going to be doing that. Hopefully that'll drop very soon. I had so much fun making this music, and a lot of work, a lot of effort, but I look forward to sharing it with y'all. Hopefully very, very soon. So stay tuned for that.
Okay.
I also got a solo project that I'm doing, just a collection of music and vibes and thoughts and lyrics. And
are you singing in these
yeah,
too?
A little bit of everything. It's just all these experiences and vibes and thoughts and things that I've, again, experienced and personalized, want to convey them, and now I finally have the time to kind of do that. So looking forward to getting working on that, and can share that with you guys sooner than later.
Would you say you're like a poet kind of because you write all of this yourself, right?
I mean, yeah, I'm definitely inspired by a lot of people, things, sounds, concepts, ideas, quotes. But overall, yeah, it's my job to kind of manifest it all, collect all of it, and just take the best of the best from it and make it my own. And it's a lot of fun. It's challenging. You have to, first of all, be in the right mental state and spiritual, whatever state to be able to handle that. And then you have to also just, have a lot of patience to just, it's a lot of trial and error, but at the same time, when you see it through, man, it's an incredible thing. So I'm looking forward to sharing that with y'all soon. And anything else, like I said, more Latinx stuff, 30 Days of Latinx, any stuff that I'm producing for different artists musically, any movies that I'll be scoring or anything for film and television, any activism, any videos, anything that I'll be doing as of recently, you can go and check out salvadorsantana.com.
Yeah.
And all my social medias are up on there too, and y'all can stay up to date with my every move and track everything that I'm doing. And again, I look forward to sharing some new material with y'all very, very soon. It's gonna be dope.
It's really exciting.
Yeah.
And did your dad come and see you guys working on the record, and does he help teach you guys how to do the whole studios thing? And
it's a combination of both, because as experienced as my father is, he also focuses on a lot of things that have and do work for him throughout the years, and for me, I'm at a place where I've had the gratitude and the honor to watch my dad and see vicariously, through him and his experiences, what works for him and how he's able to maintain success and what have you. But I'm also at a really cool place where I'm able to experiment with new things.
With your own style.
Not only with my own style, yeah, but also just within the time that we're in, technology and just where everything is going right now. We're at a place where we don't have to be so nailed down to, it's about updating ourselves and what have you. So in short, yeah, I think my dad, he's come in and he's checked out the record. He liked a lot of it. And I've also been teaching him some things as well, too, musically.
Like electronic stuff and things like that?
Yeah. And
that'll be interesting.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Because, at the end of the day, no matter how further along we are in life or how successful we become, once we're at a place where we stop learning, I don't know what to tell y'all.
That's true. So, we're always learning.
Absolutely.
He must be so proud of you. And
I hope so. I think so.
Well, I'm sure, I bet he is, because, the music industry will get to be blessed with more stuff from your family, and
absolutely,
I think that's very exciting. So
yeah, man, and it's not just me too. My father, my mother, she's an incredible writer. She's got she has a book out as well as some memoirs that she's composing, and,
nice.
And we'll be releasing soon.
What's that about?
It's just some stories that she has had in her life, and talking about me and my sisters and how we grew up, and just some embarrassing, there's some also cool stuff in there.
Oh no, you're Mom, don't tell the story.
Yeah. Well, actually, the more embarrassing stuff is in my dad's book, to be honest.
Oh no.
My mom keeps it real. And then my two sisters, they both are also musicians and artists as well. So
really,
yeah. So I like to also continue to work with them and watch them grow and see how they evolve too, and also pass along some stuff, because are
they your little sisters or?
Yeah. I'm the oldest. Yeah.
High five, because I'm the oldest too.
Respect.
Right. We're the most responsible. It's just the way it is.
At least that's what I keep telling myself, though. But
supposedly.
so it's definitely a family thing, man. And like I said, I'm just honored and grateful to be in this position and share, with what we can do as a family and what I can present as a musician and as a human being. So I'm just grateful to be here.
That's so cool.
Right on.
Very exciting, and I hope everybody goes and follows him on social media and checks out his new music and new projects coming up, and everybody will get to know Salvador Santana.
That's right. Thank y'all. Peace.
Thanks for being on the show.
Thank you for having me. Appreciate it.